I didn't know that I could be a confident individual. I didn't know that like that's really all I sort of needed to be this person of who I am today. I'm very happy with myself now. I really am.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Martin of Breed Australia. I'm the CEO, and I'm here with one of our young entrepreneurs, Lincoln.
Hi.
Okay, I first met Lincoln at a networking event that Nola, one of our business partners, one of our members, actually runs here, and I met Lincoln at that time, and that's how we got together, and we started chatting from then on. I saw Lincoln and I went, you know what, he's got some character. First up, what I noticed was his height, because everyone in the room was so short. But in his demeanor, there was a sense of wanting to learn more about the world, and he was there for a reason to be in that group. So I was very curious on where he wanted to go in his life, and that's how we kind of started. Curiosity. Lincoln is very curious. He's one of those people that really wants to learn. And there's also this vulnerability about him. He's quite vulnerable in many ways, which is a good thing for a guy to be. And I found that a perfect ingredient for us to actually start to work with him. I've worked with a lot of young people, lots. And one thing I noticed about Lincoln, he actually wrote everything. I saw him intently with a note and just writing. So he's absorbing all this information, all of these thoughts, and it shows persistence. And I noticed that it's got a very strong nature of learning as well as absorbing information, but at the same time questioning it and also coming back and asking more questions around it. So that's something that I really admire about him. Wow, it's a big question, but for me, I know Lincoln pretty well. I've known him for a long time, and I'm super proud of him for a start. Extremely proud of him, and he has come leaps and bounds. I mean, if you ever look at it, he's found better connections. I think he's got an ability to be really connected to people, and he's very emotionally intelligent. He learned from that side of things from Breed. But also, I think he's discovered his passion, his self-worth. And the last part is, we talked a lot about prosperity. And we don't talk about spiritual prosperity too much, but even physical prosperity. Lincoln started walking again, started getting up a bit earlier. And in terms of the business side, he understands numbers. He understands the variables, and very well-rounded. I would say the innovator that's not quite ordinary, but extraordinary.
Hello, my name's Lincoln Peters. I am the owner of Disrupt Media, where I create innovative stories that are about thought-provoking stories that makes people think. So The Waggles is a story that I've created with a co-writer called Jasper Oakerby. We have our first book published. It's on Amazon right now. It's a story about a young boy named Oliver who goes through this progressional journey exploring this world called Australica, where it's both America and Australia combined and converged into one multiverse universe. Well, what I love about the kind of life that I'm living right now and the life that I want to live is that I'm living within my own means, and I'm creating the path that I want to for myself. Keeping us together as we all converge. I just really wanted to make my own way without people sort of getting in my way and sort of, telling me how to do things. I wanted to sort of do things for myself. I genuinely want to do this because I believe that I can do it, and I want to prove like everyone wrong. Like I've wanted to be in this sort of space for a long time, and it's taken me ages to figure out exactly where I wanted to be in it. But now that I have a lot more structure in my life, I feel like that I have genuinely just been able to properly execute exactly what I want to do. And I'm so close to where I know where I'm going to be, like, and it's not going to be a fantasy in my head. It's actually going to manifest into something that will either shock the world and shock me at the same time. I'm hoping to dive into the idea of providing like sort of an open platform for everyone to sort of really sort of think critically and think free as well. I just want to be able to create my business around the idea of just genuinely focusing on the individual. What do you want as a person? What do you want to bring to the table to society? That's sort of, I guess, the mission statement of what Disrupt is trying to do. It's trying to break that old level of thinking, and just let people live their lives as freely as possible. Because I'm tired of seeing, I guess, the way the world sort of like views things, I guess. It's like, especially right now with, I guess, my generation, they're very, critical and, combative. And again, it's just that idea of wanting to, I guess, go forward. But how are we going to do it in a way that provides structure, that provides you a sense of purpose, but how are we going to do it where we learn from the mistakes from the past? When, I got bullied for even being a lesser size than I am today. And, I've always sort of carried that thing about me. But I guess, now, the only really sort of problems that I have now in my life, because I've changed the way that I think and the way that, I look at things, I only have my health habits, which, always get in my way. On the outside look, I'm not as happy, but on the inside, I feel like I got abs, like I literally joke about that now because I feel like that's the person that I am on the inside. A couple of weeks ago, I kind of took a small little hiatus, because I'm up to the 10th book in the series, and I started writing it, and I put it as episode 9, as I thought that I was up to episode 9. But when I looked back later on, I realized I'm actually at 10. But because I put it down as 9, I believed that it was at 9. Felt like that I was on a really good path of being productive, everything. Lincoln, yeah, let's go. I'm so good. And then I kind of demeaned myself out of nowhere. I just, I felt a little bit lost with the creative path where I really, really wanted to take, because we made the final call in what we wanted to do in the story. Well, yeah, mostly all my life, and I say it with a grain of salt because some people might be thinking that's what everyone does. You go to school and that's how things are, and you'll find your way, and you'll figure out what you want to do, and that's it. But some people actually do get lost in what they want to do, and school a lot of the times does not offer like exactly everyone the creative path. Mostly it mostly stuns a lot of the creative paths that sort of anyone that wants to go on, because school was designed as a way to create workers and not necessarily people who can think and create. It's a very generalized structure that stuns the potential of everyone. I learnt about the idea of focusing on one's self, and not in like a completely selfish way or anything, but realizing, like, I guess as a person, like who you are, how do you fit in this world, just generally who do you want to be, and like just taking a step back from all the pressure of just everything that you feel in your life and whatever, and just like focus, like really take a focus. So I connected through to Breed with Emmanuel. Before he put me on any sort of programs, he really just wanted to get to know me and focus on the individual, spiritual, and just sort of get my head right. And definitely during that time, it was almost perfect. It was just perfect the way that things just worked out there. And I've always thanked both Breed and Emmanuel for being a part of the journey. I will never forget them. He's helped guided me through basically with everything, and he helped me. He really helped me see a clearer sort of path for where I can make it all happen. Okay, probably the most valuable part about where Breed stands as both an organization and essentially runs as a business is that they recognize that there are people out there who can have an idea, but and some of them like are already running with their ideas, but they're running around lost. They don't know how to get to either the next level, or even just how to break even, or do just any of the basic sort of things. The value that you get from Breed is literally from the recognition that you matter. Well, I definitely say a published book was definitely like the big thing for sure. I mean, it was an idea that just popped into my head. I'm very, very proud of myself with that, because I would not have ever have seen myself doing that at all. It's not something that I even woke up and dreamed of, actually. It's something that I completely resented. Like, I hated reading. I genuinely hated reading. I'm a lot more happy that there's a structure to my life, and the fact that I've got people believing, I've got people in my corner, and I'm very happy with the way my life is going. I defined success through, how I did define it was, obviously achieving something and then, gaining the reward from it. I really just wanted the award, honestly, like back then, because like I really did not want to put in like the hard work for it. But what I'll say now is that I can certainly far more appreciate the hard work that I am putting into it, because eventually when things do go my way on this, and mark my words, it will happen, like I genuinely will be satisfied, and I will feel like I have earned the success, and that's the difference. Look, there's probably many different points that I would say there's a beginning part of how I guess came together now, but where I sort of really found myself was when I knew that there was something wrong with me, in that like I felt like I was this sort of scared little rat that didn't know what to do with itself. So yeah, what would I say to that Lincoln? I would just say, hey, Lincoln, how you doing? Look, you probably really think about what's going on around you right now. There's a lot that's swimming around. You've got, so many different things. You want to be something, but you don't know what you want to be, and you're constantly thinking about everyone else but not yourself. What I would say to you, my dear friend Lincoln, is that eventually you will find yourself. Eventually you will find your calling, your calling for action, and can actually feel proud of the person that you're becoming. And I know you want the best. I know you want the reward right now, but I can tell you this, that it'll come. It'll come. It'll come. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. There's some parts of, I guess, that younger person that I think that would hate probably the person that I've become, because like definitely like the self-confident part, like I didn't know that I could be a confident individual. I didn't know that like that's really all I sort of needed to be this person of who I am today. And I guess, yeah, I'm very happy with myself now. I really am. Yeah, I never really thought that I could ever get to a point in my life where I could be proud of the person that I've become. Like, never thought that. I am so proud individually of who I am, and I can't wait to be even prouder of myself, of what's to come. I just want to say, look, thank you to everyone that's made this all possible. I want to thank, obviously, Emmanuel and Breed for making this all possible and happen. I am really proud of this achievement, and when more of these come out, I'll be even far more prouder, and you can experience the exact same feeling too, hopefully one day. But just figure out yourself, just figure out what you want to do, you know, and you know, if Breed is in your path, you know, to be able to make that happen, then, you know, visit Breed. I 100% have always recommend them, and they've been there for me, and, you know, so I'll easily back them because I'm for them too.